very well, but I can definitely attempt it. Let me craft a couple more of these. Yes, this is definitely the defense part of the tower defense. Spikes. F3. Oh, do I not have any wall traps anymore? Okay. No worries. That's fine. This is probably where they were getting in last time. Yeah, one thing I have had to tell people is it's like in this mode, building is kind of a non-negotiable. Because in a lot of them, it's you don't have to build. There's zero build. There's this. There's that. This one is like, yeah, you're building. It's you have to defend your tower. Okay, so those are cool. It looks like I already have. This one might be the hardest one, but that one was kind of already the case. Alright, I should probably... Oh, wait, do I have any resources for ammo? No. Do I... Oh, I don't have any wood. I need to craft. I need to get wood for ammo. And that is one of the things about this mode that probably makes it not as liked as it should be, is you don't have renewable resources. It was like early 2017 when people were like actively making content on this. There's still some people who actively do this. It's just, I mean, you can tell we've had like 4 people pop in, see what I'm playing, and then go, nope. It's just not a very profitable thing to make content on. But yeah, I think this mode and Destiny 2 had kind of an introduction around the same time. Which is what a lot of people attributed to the downfall, or the original quote-unquote downfall of Destiny 2 around Curse of Osiris, it was, I think. Because this is what they were attributing it to. A lot of people assumed that Battle Royale is what grabbed a lot of people by the balls, but it was Save the World that initially caught the world, like most of people's attentions, and they were like, "Oh, this is dope. I love this." And then they quickly understood that it was like, "Oh, okay, so this is awesome. Don't get me wrong, but like, what am I?" I look back on Curse of Osiris fondly, still to this day. What do I need to craft the ammo? Despite its flaws, it was still a pretty badass thing for the time. Alright, fuck it. I should still be enough. Storm shield defense, expand shield. A lot of what I have going on here is just tricking the AI to come through my tunnel filled with traps. Yeah, no, I loved Warmind too. I'm always, like... I really liked Warmind, but I could never really understand... I was so young, I never really understood anything about early Destiny 2. especially in like the DLCs and stuff. I just never really got a hang of it, you know? Because I didn't do my first Leviathan until it was pretty late into the game. Unfortunately, though, I did see on Twitter earlier today that DMG did make it clear that we are not getting Wrath of the Machine, despite it being in its Rise of Iron, or not Rise of Iron, fucking you know what I'm talking about. For Pantheon, for anything, he made it very clear that all the devs wished they could have brought it into, but it was something to do with something, and they couldn't make it for Pantheon, couldn't bring the whole thing in, nothing. But we are somehow getting, I think they did mention Siva, like weapons or something. So we'll see what that entails. But yeah, once I get more traps, I can make all of my tunnels more efficient. But as of right now, I feel like this isn't doing too bad. I just have so little ammo, I don't want to waste it. But yeah, there's also bows, but that's also in regular Fortnite as well, occasionally. They like to play with different types of weapons. Every now and then, I don't know if it's ever returned, but for a while in like the early days. Oh yeah, like it's definitely gonna be borked, but it's also gonna be just it. I have a feeling that it's gonna be really nice, despite like us probably missing a few select things. It's gonna be a really nice time, June 9th. Maybe I'll see my first dev in the tower. Maybe we'll run into DMG4. Who knows? Okay, so the next attack is probably going to be from over here. Yes. Yes, and they're going to come through here. Defend. Defend. Oh. Guys, where the fuck are you? 597 starting? Yeesh. But yeah, the tower or the storm shield defense is mainly a lot of just this general stuff. Not necessarily all of it, but once you get to the higher tier ones, if you're not doing something like this, it's just basically just hell. Oh yeah, it's definitely pretty satisfying because like once you have like a decent enough weapon, once you're not like just a low level player like just struggling, it does get a lot more fun and like you can do a lot cooler things. Like for example, like this bow, it's a pretty shit bow. Normally, but when I use my specific support hero, It does on like a halfway draw. It does damage to like 5 other enemies around it. So it definitely gets easier as you progress, and I feel like it's a lot of or very similar to Destiny in that way of like you have to put in the time and effort to actually be a somebody, as opposed to other games, including Fortnite Battle Royale, like needing you to just load up the game and such, like you have the potential to be the best player. Because like I'm only on the second area because I wasn't a very good player when I was younger, and I needed to really figure out what weapons were better, etc. and so forth, and not just scamming younger kids out of their weapons, which is no longer a thing. So what you're going to want to do is download the whole game, because you're not going to be able to play Save the World without it, I don't think. But Save the World itself is typically downloaded through, like, once I finish with this, I can show you what I mean. But essentially, Fortnite is largely similar to Roblox in terms of its quote-unquote, oh, fuck. In terms of its, like, experiences and whatnot. And, like, you have, like, a page of things to look at and play and all sorts of stupid bullshit, but basically just download the full thing, and then Save the World will just be an extra add-on you can get once you're in-game and stuff. But I'll show you a bit more in depth in just a moment. I didn't realize some freaks had breached containment. I'd say kind of like a portal. It's similar, but it is less of it's forcing things down your throat. And if you only have a couple modes you really enjoy playing, you'd never really have to touch anything else if you don't want to. Where the fuck are you coming from? I keep a closer eye on my mini-map. And that's another thing about this game. The reliance on mini-maps that I've had forever came initially from this. Can't play it without obsessively checking your mini-map. "36 enemies left. That's not too bad. If this was 500, though, I can imagine the next one's going to be like 1,000 or some bullshit. It goes up like incrementally. And then I think after this, I have like an endless wave of doing this sort of thing. Okay. So I'm on my third wave. Did I ever end up? Yeah, it looks like it did. Just a little bit of added protection there. Just for a little bit of peace of mind. Oh yeah, fun fact, you can also ride a hoverboard. Oh yeah, like anything you could ever want. Like, there are so many different weapon types in this stupid fucking game. You could make the comparison to any Destiny 2 weapon, and it's like, oh my god, I'm literally using XYZ. Like, I have this. Why? Why are you choosing to go this way, you pieces of shit? Okay. Not going to plan. It's fine though.